So I did a really good video about this time last year, and I've got a problem because every time, when we go through the sports calendar, we see repeating patterns, certain meetings, certain events, tournaments, and so on that occur. And this means that my content is always geared around that. So I'm always trying to think about what can I talk about, what's relevant, what do I think will be of interest, those sort of things. And over the years, I have done some videos where each time I do a new version of it, after every couple of years or so, I sort of iterate and improve it so that it gets better and better over time. And the problem that I have this year is I looked at some of the videos that I've produced and I've sort of grouped them together. And I'm looking at events that are coming up and I'm sort of thinking, well, those videos are great. I can't really add to those videos. Overall on YouTube, I've produced about 1,000 videos now. Well, actually, it's over 1,000. We're on our way to 1,100 when I last looked at my spreadsheet. And because I've iterated and improved the videos over time and the production quality and the data that goes with it and information that I collect, when we get to these situations where I want to highlight a specific opportunity or talk about something specifically, I look at those previous videos and I'm sort of thinking, well, I really can't improve on those. Maybe there are little amendments that I could make, things that I can slide in or stuff that I could take out or replace. But it's very difficult when I look at those videos to sort of think that there's anything that I can add to them that would make the video that much better overall. Like I said, little tweaks here and there, but the structure and the nature of the video and the information and the content that it has is pretty good. But the problem that I have is that when I'm on YouTube and I'm searching for those videos, even I can't find them half the time, which is why I have a spreadsheet of all of them listed so that it makes it easy for me to be able to recommend or find one. And if somebody says in the comments, oh, you did a video about this, or I saw a video about that, I can go into my spreadsheet and find it. But you try finding on YouTube and it's almost impossible because YouTube is stuffed full of things trying to get your attention. And you're trying to search for some specific video and you end up with a dog doing something funny or whatever. And there's another problem as well, in that when I was looking at the video that I produced last year about this time, I remember going through the struggle of actually producing it. And it took about 3 days to gather up all of the data, organize it in a format, cross-check the data, then sort of record the video, put all of it together, amend little bits, do it again, realize and all of these sort of things. And one of the things that I've noticed with YouTube is that if I release a video, it has a shelf life of about 3 days. And the truth is that, I'm not a full-time YouTuber. It's not my primary source of income. And when you look at how long it takes to produce a video, very often it is about 3 days because I sort of sit down, record stuff to camera, edit that, delete some stuff, re-record bit, do fill-in shots, go and get screenshots, some specific video, generate stuff to put in there and so on. So I'm finding now that the lifetime of a video is less than it takes me to actually produce it, which is absolutely mental. But that's part of the problem with YouTube and social media now, is the attention span has collapsed and YouTube sort of tends to promote new content and then just drops it almost immediately. So one of the things I'm thinking of doing is going back and revisiting some of these videos and, adding in or removing little bits of content that are no longer relevant or things that are new that I can put in there, or stuff that I've recorded or added since the video was first done, and actually republishing them. And what I'm doing this video for is to tell you that that's my thought process at the moment. I've got some really, really good content, but when I look on the YouTube analytics, it's just a flat line. There are no views of this really, really good content. And I think that one of the best ways to get this content to you in a relevant manner, and because of the seasonality and the cycle that we have within sports, there'll be times when you need to see this and other times when you don't need to see it. I think that by republishing this content and just tweaking and amending it slightly, you'll be able to see stuff that is relevant, which is a really important part of sports trading. So the reason behind doing this video was to say to you, that's something that I'm thinking of doing. I think that it's a good way of getting the right content to you because I know that YouTube will show it to you. Whereas I know that if you're searching for it now, you will not find it. And in fact, I know that people are not finding it because those videos are getting no views. So yeah, I sort of almost wanted to get your approval to do that, really, because I don't want to feel like I'm republishing older stuff and doing that for any other reason other than it makes it more relevant. If there's new content that I think is relevant, I'm definitely going to produce that, and I will continue to produce that. But at certain times of the year, when key events are almost upon us, it sort of seems to make sense to get those videos, brush them up a bit, and republish them. So that's sort of what I wanted to tell you that I am likely to do. I don't want to see, I don't want it to be like I'm just sort of dragging out old content, or I can't be bothered to do new content. It's just that these videos are pretty good, and I think they're exactly relevant. With a couple of tweaks, I can make them perfectly relevant to events that are about to come up around the corner. And when I watch the videos back, I'm sort of thinking, well, I don't have that much to add to it, apart from modernizing it, adding in slightly better production values or more relevant data. But the message still holds true. And the fact is, I know that if I try and point you at the video, it will still be difficult to get anybody to view it. Lots of people, don't like social media. Some people, for example, just won't touch Twitter any longer. So even if I publish the message on there telling you to look at the video, I can still see that it doesn't get that many views overall. And I think the best way to get the information across to you and make it relevant is to republish it in some form or another. So yeah, what do you think? Would you like that? I know everybody wants fresh new content, and I will continue to produce that. But I also know that people want content that's relevant. And when I look at these videos, I think, well, they're still relevant. With a couple of tweaks, I can make them completely relevant to what they are now. And it also gives you the chance to actually view that video within the correct context. So yeah, I wanted to produce this little video just to say to you, this is one of the things I'm considering doing. What are your thoughts on that? I think it's the right thing to do, simply because you can get the content that you need when you need it. But yeah, I'm willing to have a discussion or some dialogue with you to get your view on that as well. But I am going to continue to produce new videos. It's just that I think there are certain times of the year when it's relevant to sort of freshen up older videos that you absolutely must see before some of these major events. So anyhow, leave your comments, let me know what you think about that. And I'm going off to work on some new content and brushing up some older ones right now. So hopefully I'll be able to bring those to you in the near future. But yeah, let me have your thoughts on that. And that will give me a steer as to whether I'm heading in the right direction or not. Anyhow, please leave me a comment and let me know what your thoughts are too.